Did you know we can save the climate by eating more chocolate? I'll cover the chocolate bit in a little while, but first, as you know, I'm currently travelling and I've just arrived in Bergen, Norway, and in my last video from Amsterdam, I covered a few things from there, and this is a little bit of a follow-up on that. My apologies for the sound and the lighting problems, but making recordings while you're travelling, I've got little control over the background noises and the lights in hotel rooms. It's not the most ideal situation. I do try and edit it a bit with the editing software, but it does get a bit fiddly at times. But anyway, thanks for your patience. So, first of all, I'd like to cover air travel, which, as you know, I've been doing a fair bit, and it does produce a lot of greenhouse gases. I think it's about 2.5% of the total greenhouse gas emissions each year. So, whilst the air trip to here was one of those where greenhouse gases were being created, I came across an advert for the airline in the airline magazine, and it said something about they're trying to decrease their greenhouse gas emissions by using SAF, or sustainable aviation fuel. Now, regular jet fuel, it's a high density kerosene based fuel, and this has been developed to offer the high power needed for aircraft engines. It's heavier than the standard automotive gasoline. It's got longer strings of hydrocarbon atoms, and it gives it a higher flash point and a lower freezing point. But it's a fossil fuel based. So it's got high carbon emissions. Now, sustainable aviation fuels, or SAFs, are an alternative. They're based on renewable hydrocarbon sources that are not fossil fuel based, and it includes sources such as used cooking oil, municipal waste, forestry biomass, carbon capture, along with combining it with hydrogen, is also another source that's becoming a bit more used. Unfortunately, some of the sources for SAFs include plants and so on, and in my opinion that's not the best thing, as it detracts from food stocks for over 8 billion people on this planet now, and the animals and so on. These SAFs can be used neat with certain engines, but at the moment they're more commonly mixed with jet fuel in a variety of differing proportions. But it's estimated that they can save create an 80% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Now, in 2021, over 100 million litres of SAF was used, and over 50 airlines have now had some sort of experience with SAF. The 77th IATA, or International Air Transport Authority, AGM, which was held in Boston, USA on the 4th of October 2021, they passed a resolution that IATA member airlines committed themselves to achieve net zero carbon emissions from their operations by 2050. And this pledge brings air transport in line with the objectives of the Paris Agreement to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Now, to achieve this, they're going to have to do 4 things. So 65% of this reduction is going to come from using SAF, 13% from new technologies such as electric, hydrogen and so on, 3% from infrastructure and operational efficiencies, and the remaining 19% from offsets and carbon capture, according to IATA. I'm not too sure about carbon capture. It hasn't been very successful so far as I'm aware. But hopefully, air travel is going to become less of a greenhouse gas problem, but certainly if they can manage net zero by 2050, that's going to be great. Let's get on to chocolate. Why not? So for those of you like me that are chocoholics, this piece that I came across in Amsterdam is going to delight us all. Okay, the most sustainable chocolate comes from a company in Amsterdam. It's got the surprising name of the Amsterdam Chocolate Makers, and their chocolate is from 100% organic sources. They pay their farmers good wages, and they make their product using solar power, and they import their cocoa emissions free because they're using sailboats. So if we want to save the planet, let's all eat more chocolate from this company. Woohoo! Sounds good to me. Anyway, look, thanks for watching this quick little video. Please don't forget, click that like and subscribe button down below, because it does help the channel, gets me motivated and so on. So thanks very much, and I will see you all very soon.